Good morning, Pilgrim. Today we're going to speak about the resurrection body. 1 Corinthians 15:35 through 44. But someone will ask, how are the dead raised? With what kind of body do they come? You foolish person. What you sow does not come to life unless it dies. And what you sow is not the body that is to be, but a bare kernel, perhaps of wheat or some other grain. But God gives it a body as he has chosen, and to each kind of seed its own body. For not all flesh is the same, but there is one kind for humans, another for animals, and another for birds, and another one for fish. There are heavenly bodies, earthly bodies, but the glory of the heavenly is of one kind, and the glory of the earthly is of another. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon. Yeah, and there's another glory of the stars, for stars differ. Stars differ from star in glory. So is it with the resurrection of the dead. What is sown is perishable. What is raised is imperishable. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. Is there a natural body? If there is a spiritual body also. 16 February, I'm going to read the Spurgeon sermon that was preached on the 17th of February, 1856. The Resurrection of the Dead. Charles read from Acts 24:15. There shall be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and the unjust. There are some faint glimmerings in men of reason which teach that the soul is something so wonderful that it must endure forever. But the resurrection of the dead is quite another doctrine, dealing not with the soul, but with the body. The doctrine is that this actual body in which I now exist is to live with my soul. That not only is the vital spark of heavenly flame to burn in heaven, my soul, but the very censer in which the incense of my life smokes is holy unto the Lord, and is to be preserved forever. I love the metaphors Charles uses. The spirit, everyone confesses, is eternal. But how many there are who deny that the bodies of men who actually start up from their graves at the great day. Many of you believe you will have a body in heaven, but you think it will be an airy, fantastic body, instead of believing that it will be a body like to this one, like to this flesh and blood, although not the same kind of flesh, for all flesh is not the same flesh. A solid, substantial body, even such as we have here. And there are yet fewer of you who believe that the wicked will have bodies in hell, for it is gaining ground everywhere that there are to be no positive torments for the damned in hell to affect their bodies, but that it is to be a metaphorical fire, a metaphorical brimstone, metaphorical change, metaphorical torture, all unreal. But if you were Christians, as you profess to be, you would believe that every mortal man who ever existed shall not only live by the immortality of his soul, but his body shall live again. That the very flesh in which he now walks the earth is as eternal as the soul, and shall exist forever. That is a peculiar doctrine of Christianity. The heathens, they never guessed, they never imagined such a thing. I'm going to quote you some verses that have to do here. Job 19:25. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will stand upon the earth. And after my skin has been thus destroyed, yet in my flesh I shall see God in my flesh. Psalm 16:10. For you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. Isaiah 26:19. Your dead shall live, their bodies shall rise. You who dwell in the dust, awake and sing for joy, for your dew is the dew of light, and the earth will give birth to the dead. Daniel 12:2. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Hosea 6:1 and 2. Come, let us return to the Lord, for he has torn us, that he may heal us. He has struck us down, and he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us. On the third day he will rise us up, that we may live before him. Hebrews 11:19. He considered that God was able even to raise him from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, he did receive him back. 35. Women received back their dead by resurrection. Some were tortured, refusing to accept release so that they might rise to a better life. Yes. Yeah, think of Enoch and Elijah. They rose up bodily before they died. Yeah, we should be so blessed. But I will await my death, and I will await my resurrection. God bless, Pilgrim. Have a great day.